we'll jump right into what I have as the first matchup to look at, which is maybe ironically the latest matchup of the night. Nuggets versus Clippers. Bear with me here. My internet's being a little slow. We just changed providers the other day, and I think it's still coming up to speed here. Oh, there we go. All right. It probably just opened 5 tabs of mine anyway, but we'll get there. Okay, so we got Nuggets Clippers here. Like I said, latest game of the night. Probably should have saved it for the last look, but I don't care. We got the post-Harden Clippers here versus the banged-up Nuggets. Nuggets are missing Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson tonight, though Jokic is back and right back to his old tricks since he's returned. Clippers have started turning things around a little bit. 120 of their last 27 games, but they're still under 500. That's how bad they started this year. I think they were 6-21. It was something like that. They are 4-3 since trading James Harden. Not much of a turnaround compared to how they were before. They're actually better in their 15 games leading up to the trade deadline. So probably some growing pains as they adjust to the post-Harden era. Nuggets get a little money line edge here tonight, as you can see. 66.7% probability, 2.4% edge. That comes with a sweet spot signal from the Dimers model with a nice 6.4% ROI across 160 similar bets in this edge range this season. This probability has actually crept up a little bit. It was 64 and change last night, 65.3% this morning. So you're going a little bit higher here in favor of the Nuggets, but holding on to the edge, even though these odds have climbed up a bit. It was -70. Pretty juicy at the best price, admittedly. The model does have a slight lean to the Nuggets at -4.5. This has also climbed by about 1 full percent since this morning. No edge here, but you are getting the lean of 51.2%. Double-digit wins for the Nuggets in both previous meetings this season. Personally, if I'm looking at this game on an island and not considering the other two, I'd probably just lean the spread, given the juiciness. But if you're taking into account the previous meetings, I think it looks even more appetizing. Like I said, double-digit wins in both of the previous meetings this year. If you want to tease it down to -3.5, at -120, -125, it's obviously more digestible as a spread. The model is predicting a 4-point win for the Nuggets in our average projected final score, so just slightly outside that 4.5. If you think the trend of double-digit wins continues, you could go the opposite direction. You only have to go out to 5.5 to get a plus money line on the spread. And the way that the Nuggets have played the Clippers so far this season, it certainly seems like a pretty good play. But overall, I do think this is going to be a Nuggets-dominated game. I don't personally have a problem with the spread, with our, projected final score being half a point off. The probability is slightly over 50%, but I'd say how these teams are looking right now, I'd definitely be more on the Nuggets side of things rather than thinking that the Clippers are going to pull one out, I think.
Yeah, I have no problem just blindly betting Nuggets in this matchup with this success previously. Jokic, even with absences from other guys, he obviously can power you to a win completely single-handedly. I'm actually looking up right now, trying to dig up to what Jokic's record is in the game returning from the All-Star break, because I feel like so much of his story is like, oh, he doesn't care about the All-Star weekend at all. And then some guys kind of have an All-Star hangover effect. It wouldn't surprise me if Jokic has the opposite of okay, it's back to things that actually matter. Yeah. So I'm only 1 year into this, but they just destroyed the Hornets last year in the first game back from the All-Star. Jokic was great. So give me 2 more minutes and I'll dig into this while you go into some prop angles.
Yeah, that's fun. I'd be curious now. Now I want to say Jokic had a 50 burger versus the Clippers earlier this season as well. So maybe there's something he comes out just absolutely firing, which kind of might hit into one of these angles I'll talk about. But a couple prop angles anyway. So I'll pull up the projections here in a separate tab. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah. And we'll sort by threes here because that's one of the things we're going to talk about. So Clippers have been around the middle of the pack over their past 15 games, defending the guards from beyond the arc. Nuggets happen to be the most accurate team from deep this season, just under 40%, 39.5% 3-point percentage. Jamal Murray sits right in our top 10. What's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ninth overall. Is that ninth overall? 2.9 threes. He's actually tipping just up. I think he was 2.6 last night. Hardaway Jr. just slightly under that, 2.8. He's up from 2.5 last night. Similar numbers for both of them this season, both in terms of accuracy and volume. Murray was a little colder before the break, had a few games with only 1 3 made, but with a lot of shots. Hardaway hit 3+ in 4 straight, and in 8 of his last 10 heading into the break, hit 4+ in 5 of those. So I think I'd lean the form with Hardaway, getting slightly better odds as well, though you're risking that, I guess, against the shorter minutes. He did hit 3 and 5 versus the Clippers this season, compared to 4 and 1 for Murray. So small sample size of 2 games, but a little more consistency there for Hardaway. I think if I'm picking one, I would probably play him 3, 4, 5, maybe. And then if I want to touch Murray, I might just go higher, 5 and 6, and hope that he goes off. I don't like Murray feels like kind of he's going to either tank out and do nothing, or he's going to go well above, but 3, 4, probably not where I'm targeting Murray. I'm going to expect him to climb that ladder. He likes to shoot when he gets the opportunities. And I believe we've had some luck on him shooting threes earlier this season in other favorable matchups, like against the Jazz. And then one more angle tying right back into Jokic here. Sort by rebounds to pull him up. Triple-double, not really much to say here. I mean, he hit 4 straight heading into the break. We got him projected for 26, 12, and 9.9 assists, so just under. Not even just a 0.1 is nothing. You can get this, last I checked, was plus money at DraftKings at plus 106, minus odds pretty much everywhere else. So, a bit of a value play just when comparing the lines across the books. Clippers just traded their rebounds leader in Zubac, which we talked about last week when we talked about Kawhi Leonard, who ended up benefiting from that void to fill. And here it could possibly be Jokic, maybe really crashing the boards and going well up over this line. But we got him projected for a triple-double. If you can get it at plus money, seems like a really good play.
Yeah, I am in on all things Jokic. I do have the findings from my all-star return hypothesis here. Jokic in 7 first game back from All-Star weekend games. The Nuggets are 6-1. They've won 5 straight. Many of these have been in blowout fashion. The games that have been close have been against playoff teams, even on the road at like the Ja Morant Grizzlies a couple years ago. So, have generally fared very well, have the Denver Nuggets in their first return from All-Star weekend. Probably shouldn't be a surprise given that Jokic and the Nuggets have been so good in general, but this has not been a scary, sleepy, hungover spot for them in history. And I think I side with the model tonight. Nuggets against the spread. Jokic triple-double is a go on my card.
Yeah, we'll reference this Nuggets in a bit if you want to play the money line. Featured it in an article last night, and I'll talk about that angle when we get to the other game that relates into it, which is momentarily. But yeah, pretty good. I'm definitely going to be on the Hardaway threes. I'll probably play 3, 4, 5. I'll look at 6+. I'll see if it's anything appealing to me odds-wise and trends-wise. If he has even come close to that volume. I like to see a guy climb the ladder, but if there's certain rungs of that ladder he's never hit, I'm usually not going to go that far into it.